Well, good morning. Yes, 555 overcomes 666. Life force energy overcomes the beast, and the way we overcome the beast is telling the truth. The title of today's talk is there an alternative to telling the truth? I'd like to believe I have the intuitive senses to properly and accurately discern the truth from all the lies, the dis and misinformation abounding everywhere in our world today. The truth is that I have an agenda. I want to co-create and actually see a world that works for everyone. While many believe theirs is the only pathway to truth, I know better. I've already seen how gullible I can be and how susceptible to believing anything that promises the elixir to the world's almost insurmountable problems, not least of which is the corruption in high places. I'd like to trust those who say the words I want to hear and promote them to those who listen to me. As I try to look at this honestly and objectively, I must admit to myself that I really don't know much of anything for sure. The best I can do, the best any of us can do, as I see it, is to simply tell my truth. To me, there is no other way. Now in this video, I'm going to combine two things that some people think don't belong together. I'm going to be combining telling the truth in my personal life with the geopolitical aspect of telling the truth. Some people may think that my personal life and the geopolitical things are totally unrelated to each other. And it's that compartmentalized thinking, I think, that gets us into a lot of problems. We need to connect the heart with the head, the inner with the outer, the personal with the political, because they are not separate things. They are together. When we hear our government officials, our leaders, so-called, talk about national security, they don't mean national security. If everyone told the truth, there would be nothing that would be insecure. There'd be nothing to hide. There'd be no secrets. There'd be nothing to fear, nothing to blackmail anyone about, because everything would be open and honest. National security really means we need to protect the fact that we, the leaders, we, the governors and the presidents and the politicians and the bankers and the CEOs, and we that have contrived this system on earth that is corrupt, it's a demonic system, it's a system based on lies and untruths. We need to protect ourselves so that the public, the general population, doesn't know how awful we are and how what terrible people we really are. The elite brainwash their own families, abuse their own families, to beat out of the royal families, to beat out of these families any sense of decency, any sense of ethics, any sense of morality. And what are they really fighting? They're really fighting the truth. Because truth is the only thing that liberates us, and it's the only thing that is love. Anything that leaves out truth isn't love, no matter what name you might want to apply it, or what you might want to convince yourself of. If you're not telling the truth, you're not loving, period. You're just not. You're deceiving yourself, and you're deceiving everybody else too. Because only by telling the truth can you be in integrity, and only by telling the truth are you able to love yourself. If you're not telling the truth, if there's lies in there that you're basing everything on the lies, then you're not whole. You're sick. You're insane, depending on what level you want to go to with it. That's where all the psychopathic actions come from, the sociopathic things that people do to one another. It all comes from keeping the truth hidden, from suppressing the truth, from being ashamed, from being guilty. How are you going to blackmail me? I followed Rusa because I believed Tim Turner. And I believed many of the other people, especially the people that I was closest to here in Florida. I believed that we really wanted to do the right thing. I saw the problems. Some people, Christians, wanted it to be a Christian republic. I exposed that because that's a violation of truth. That's a violation of freedom. That's a violation of people's natural right to self-determination and to believe whatever they choose to believe. That was the truth. And that truth brought Rusa down, although I understand it's still operating. I doubt it has as much oomph as it used to have. When Swiss Indo comes along, I believe it. I still believe that the people in Swiss Indo are really wanting to be truthful. But let me tell you something about Swiss Indo. The poison in Swiss Indo, to me, now this is my opinion, because I don't know all the facts, is the European part of the Swiss Indo thing, also known as OMD. And that's a French word. Those are initials that are a French word, and I don't know what they actually mean in French, but it's an organization that's been around a long time. OMD is part of Swiss Indo. It's the part of Swiss Indo which, from my perspective, kept Swiss Indo from actually being able to fulfill Mr. Sugi's, Mr. Sino's promises to the world and to the delegation. Not any of the promises were ever kept. And I don't believe it's because Mr. Sino was lying. I believe that there are people that he was working with that were lying to him, and he believed them. Just like sometimes I might have been saying something that wasn't completely true, but I believed it was true. And so for me, it was truth that I wanted to be true. I wasn't lying, and I don't think a lot of people in the truth movement are necessarily lying, but I do believe that we are being fed sometimes disinformation or misinformation. People that are giving us knowledge, are they really telling the truth? Now, the demonic element or the Luciferian element or the dark element in our world is based on hiding, based on secrecy, based on lies. Family, dragon family, and all you other ruling families, are you hearing me? You're going to pay a price for your secrets. You are going to pay a price for hiding the truth or trying to hide the truth. For all of your cover-ups that you've done throughout history, you're going to pay a price. There's only one way that you're ever going to liberate yourself. And I'm talking to each of you individually because you are an individual. You have an individual responsibility and you have accountability to do one thing: tell the truth. That's all there is. Tell the truth. When you tell the truth, when you have nothing to hide, when you're willing to expose all that you've done and pay proper recompense to those that you've damaged in doing what you've done, when you're willing to pay the retribution, to pay the fee, the fine. Now, you are very good at imposing fines on the little people that step outside of boundaries. But what about you big people, you rulers, you people that think you're in charge? And yes, I'm talking to the dragons. Yes, I'm talking to the royal families that think that they have the right to rule the world. Nobody has the right to rule the world if they're not in truth. Only truth has the right to rule. Only truth has, and it's not even ruling at that point, by the way. It's not ruling, it's leading. People that don't tell the truth cannot be leaders. Period. They cannot be leaders, because where are they leading you? If all they're doing is lying, if all they're doing is covering up, if all they're doing is practicing the fine art of deception or half-truths or partial truths, well, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with somebody like me, because I'm going to tell the truth. OMD, you are the ones that screwed up Swiss Indo. You, the Europeans, you did it. America, you did it. You that want to rule the world, you Bilderbergers, you Trilateral Commission, you, all of your other freaking organizations and think tanks, you are the ones that are screwing up the world. Now, of course, you've got all the people that still want to take orders and follow orders, because the people don't know who they are, and you're so damned afraid that the people might wake up and remember that we are each children of God, that we are each sons and daughters of the Creator. We are part of creation, and we are powerful. And many of us, I hope more and more every day, are becoming willing to simply stop hiding the things that you've taught us, leaders, to be ashamed of, to emulate your practice of national security or personal privacy. I'm just not going to play that freaking game anymore. I'm going to be the 555. I'm going to take and embrace my life force energy and tell the truth no matter what anybody says. I don't care if people like it or don't like it. I'm going to tell my truth to the best of my ability. I'm not going to be a mouthpiece for anyone if they try to get me to not tell the truth. And what I want for me, I want for the whole world. I don't want liberation for me if I don't have liberation for my brothers and sisters as well. We're all together in this thing. We're all one. And there is no alternative to telling the truth. There never will be. There never was. Lies only create more lies and more reasons to not be authentic, to not be genuine, to not be real. And personal lives and political lives intermingle. There's no separation between the character of the person in the bedroom. The character of the person in the boardroom is the same character. Are you truthful? Are you honest? Are you willing to expose your own vulnerability? Are you willing to tell the truth about your fear, your guilt, your own shame? You've got it. I've got it. But it's a lie. It's a lie that can be, we can be liberated from the lie by the willingness and the action of telling the truth. I'm a communicator. Your silence is deafening. Tell the truth. That's the only way out of the dilemmas that we, creation, have created. And we've done it because we thought we could deceive someone. Deception will never work in the ultimate analysis. It's unsustainable. It will fall. Always it will fall. Because truth is the light that shines in darkness. Truth is the love that transforms us from the inside out. Truth, the willingness to be vulnerable, the willingness to tell it like it is, regardless of what people are going to think about it. And bear in mind that most of the population has been programmed to judge people that tell the truth. Because the people in charge, the thing they fear most is the truth. That's why it is the truth that will set us free. Whether we're part of the elite establishment or whether we're part of the common people, we are actually one. We are actually one. Nobody can rule anyone else when we tell the truth. That's my message for today. Simple one. Thank you for listening, and namaste.